live video things. I'm going to show you a warm-up, the series of warm-ups that I used to do for the advanced class. So regular old classes, we would do forward rolls, break fall, staying in base, backwards rolls, break fall, staying in base, and hip escapes. And I would add a little something on depending on what I was teaching in the class. I'm going to run through the warm-ups that I was just filming for our tutorial vault, right? So starting off, every single class, the very first thing I'm doing is marching my back. Oh, God. Good. All right, so from here, my hips are touching the ground and I am breathing out and getting lower. Bring myself back down, my hands are almost in line with my shoulders. I'm gonna push up and look at the ceiling. Big breath out. I do that again. Inhale the pubic hair and dead skin on the mat. It's good for you, it builds your immune system. That's why I'm not dead yet. Mr. Burns syndrome. Right, so if you can't get this high without keeping your hip bones on the ground, feel free to start on your elbows and start to push. There's nothing wrong with that, all right? The trick is to keep your hips on the ground and breathe. And push yourself up. That's enough. Go a little higher. Eventually, you should just have full dexterity and be able to keep your hips on the ground. That comes with time. I love doing that. So now the next thing I do, I always do no matter what. If I'm gonna do something physical, I do the good old-fashioned lock clam, okay? So Mr. Andrew Lock, put your hand, your head hand onto your bicep, like you're taking a nap. From here, put your foot at the bottom of your calf, turn your hip bones to the ground, and from here, lift your knee off the ground, squeezing your butt cheeks. And do 25 on each side. You can use your hand as a brace to stay. If you are here, you're not really doing it. And if you're here, you're not really doing it. Guess what? Find the middle. Here, yes. Do 25 on each side. These things are priceless. They're gonna force you to have to use your glutes. Get them firing so you don't use your lower back. Almost everything I do has something to do with the core of the lower back. You break your spine and tell me if you're ever gonna do a warm-up like this again. All right. Core, again, plank. When you do your plank, don't put your hands together. It's a common mistake. Keep your hands apart, push off the ground, keep your back as flat as possible, like a fucking plank. What you want is 15 seconds to activate your core. You do not have to run a fucking marathon. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour plank just to prove a point. 15 seconds is good enough, right? And with my sex tape. Elbow in line with the shoulder. Put your feet out, put them together, push off of the ground. Side plank, 15 seconds. Take your time with it. You want to show off, hold your arm in the air. You want to show off a lot, hold your leg in the air. Take your time with this. It comes with time. If you get lazy and kind of half-assedly doing this, you're not going to get activated core, okay? 15 seconds each side. And you can start to do fancy shit if you want to. Oh, God. After that, imagine you're going to do a push-up. Get your feet a little bit wider than your hands. Lock your core. Stay stable. Touch your shoulder in slow motion. Come back to the ground. Touch your shoulder in slow motion. Come back to the ground. When you touch your shoulder, don't be fast. Take your time and don't turn your hips. Stay like a table. No idea what these are called. I don't know why I do them. If Andrew Locke told me to jump off a fucking cliff at this point, I would most likely fucking do it. All right. From here, I like to roll my shoulders a little bit. Actually, I'll leave the shoulders. What I want to do next, dive bombs. It's almost the exact same thing. I'll start on my knees and I scoop to the ceiling. And like I say, for everything, remember to breathe no matter what you're doing. Once you feel a little bit warm with that, get your butt in the air, feet together, do the same thing. While you're here, open up your hips. So I'm going to do this on a couple of angles. When you do it, butt in the air, feet together, step one foot in line between your hands, leg goes behind. I'll normally hold this for a good 7 breaths and switch legs. Now when I come down, I start to work on my shoulders a little bit, right? So sitting on the knees, warming up the shoulders. There's a couple of things I like to do. First off, I'll open up my chest a little bit. So clapping the hands, crisscrossing the hands, tapping the hands, and then the shoulders, up, up, circles. Circles getting smaller, circles getting bigger. Elbows going in and going out, and then wrists. And if they're not cracking and making funny noises, you didn't live a full life, did you? Everything should be broken by now. All right, now, this exercise, a lot of people are asking about it. It's the one that you see Hickson doing on the beach. He's doing that, he's doing it really fast. Conor McGregor was doing it, right? What it's doing is actually stretching the front of your shoulders, okay? Dragging your forearm against your lumbar. Yes, I can feel that, and I needed that apparently. And the faster you go and the looser you get, the more you're kind of building up synovial fluid. It's good for you. So next up, stepping lunges. So staying on your knees. From here, take a step up, push your hips, open your chest, back down. Again, opening up the hip flexors, warming up your hamstrings, opening the chest. It's almost like doing a wrestler sit out, what you're going to do in just a second. All right, so if I scoot back, make a little bit of room from here, keep your hands on the ground and slide until your foot taps your wrists. Again, on the other side. This is good for sciatica if you got it. Very active. And you can ramp it up by taking a hand off of the ground. Keeping your knee on the ground. And you can ramp it up by doing the actual move. Head goes back, hips go forward. Head goes back, hips go forward. Get into the habit of looking at the ceiling when you do it, that you're not cheating. Now that that's done, slide my way into doing some crunches. So, you don't need to be doing full sit-ups. What you want to do is you want to have your back pushing into the ground. So lift your knees off the ground, lift your head off the ground, and just start to do a little bit of a warm-up like this. Take your time with it. You switch side to side. Touch your knees with your elbows. You can stop and you start doing bicycles. Now you're going to notice when you do these bicycles, what you can do is you can feel your hips moving side to side. So eventually, you want to be pummeling with your legs and going side to side. So not just straight line, not tapping. Here, feel your hip move. Feel your hip move. Pummeling with your legs. Once you've done that, you're already doing this. So keep your core locked and use it to sit up. When you do that, sit up on the round of your ass cheeks. If you're not doing this, sit onto the curve of your ass. From there, use that momentum to open your hips and your chest. In some classes, I'll teach you how to stand up like this. Let your foot slide, active toes. Let your knee come out. Come back down. Now, when we're done with that, I like to do the hip switch. But I also like, from here, touching my knee to my heel and then swapping. You can do that with your hands on the ground, just like this, warming up your hips. eventually what you want to do is use your hands as a counterbalance. And then eventually hold on to your gi and don't use your hands at all, and try not to move your feet off of the ground. Activate your core. Give me a nice little workout. Okay, so we're already here. Breathing V's. I'm not sure what the name of these things are. It's like doing snow angels. What you're doing is you're using your whole body, okay? So do it on this angle first, then flat. I'm gonna roll, touch my toes. Reverse crunches. I use my hands, it depends on my mood. I put a little diamond just underneath my tailbone for this one. Legs go in the air, and if I just do a crunch upwards, that's good, but I want to give it a twist. So when I do this, I'm not just crunching up, I'm crunching out, 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 like a twist, a little twist of lemon. You're using that when you start to do triangles and arm locks, okay? So it's a good little warm up, and it's good for these muscles here, right? So, after this, shoulder rolls. When you do an it is not just this. And hoping for the best. What you want to do is get your head out of the way, pull your heels up to you, and touch. You touch the ground in line with your spine. You come back down, get your head out of the way. And touch. Out of the way. Touch. Touch. Yes. From there, I like to do rollovers. Mostly because I never could roll over my shoulder and be flat. My back was horrible. So, when I do this, no idea if it'll actually get caught on camera. I use my hands as a connection to the ground. I get my head out of the way. I lift myself up in that reverse crunch. When I come over, my toes touch. And I melt. When I melt, I turn the other way. Now I can use a connection to the ground. And come back to where I started. It's basically being dead weight. Learning how to melt into the ground, right? Then you just go inverted and do some Granby rolls or some shit. The last thing that I like to do usually for warm-ups as well is bird dog and dead bug. I'm gonna do that just quickly, and then I'm out, right? So with the bird dog, it's the exact same thing with your core. What you want, hands and knees, back is flat. If I reach with my right hand, I'm gonna reach with my left leg. And I wanna keep my back straight, like a table. And I come back to neutral. I do the same thing on the opposite side. I usually do 7 on each side as a bit of a warm-up. You don't want to tip when you do this, just like the shoulder taps. You want to stay straight. Now when you do dead bug, it's the exact same thing, but now you want to push your lower back into the ground, like you're trying to squeeze your back into the ground. Your legs come up into the air. My right hand's going to reach. My left leg's gonna reach, and I'm always connected to the ground with my lumbar. Some kind of isometric thing, I don't understand words. This is Andrew and Joel category. If I asked Andrew how to do a berimbolo, what do you think he'd say? I don't know anything about isometric shit. One of the biggest lessons I ever learned in life is that I don't know everything. And sometimes it's good to ask somebody who knows what they're doing. So it's like your job eventually is just to have a good bullshit filter. You're gonna learn a whole bunch of stupid shit, but eventually you're gonna find the people that are in the right kind of category or the right direction for you. So for me, that's Andrew Locke and Joel Lang, right? Joel helped me with all my injuries, and Andrew made me a fucking animal, right? So if you're injured, go see them. Other than that, normally I'd have you jump up in bays and all kinds of other shenanigans. but I'm tired. This whole apocalypse thing's wearing me out.